What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is A2D Wednesday nights. We got a lot to go over. Big news out of the NovaCare complex today. We'll go over that. Obviously, Sixers make a trade. That's going to be the main topic of conversation. Let's go.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio every Wednesday. Brought to you by our doc. Make them yours. Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy. Locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, Ryan Elizik, Rob Brinkman. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, let's go. A lot to go over tonight. Okay, a lot to go over. We'll give you your Super Bowl predictions at the end of the show. Eagles hire two guys, Mannion's offensive coordinator, to go get Grizzard from Tampa Bay. But the big news out of NovaCare is no more Jeff Stoutland. He steps down today. So we'll go over that. That's even the bigger news, but we haven't even talked about the coordinators and everything going on there, which was a positive, but we'll get into that later on how a negative came out of that. Sixers win 5 in a row, playing great basketball, but that's overshadowed today as Jared McCain has been traded to Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Sixers get back the Rockets' first-round pick in 2026 in 3 seconds. So we'll talk about that a little bit, but ties into our poll question. Daryl Morey is not done. He will trade at least one more rotation player for a veteran starter before the deadline. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, join our conversation. Yeah, he's done. And I'll say the reason he's done, a big part of why he's done is Dominic Barlow. They want to be able to hold his rights. So being under the tax helps them do that. And again, NBA is weird with that stuff, but somehow it helps them be able to control Barlow, which is important to them, especially a team that's got 3 guards that already get, a lot of minutes as it is. How much was Jared McCain going to play? We'll talk about that part of it, but they're not, I don't think they're making any more moves. I know Brink brought up Giannis before we came on or something like that, right? But I don't think those moves are in the cards. I don't know if are you even allowed to trade a guy on a suspension? I don't know how that works. If you are, sure. I guess there could be something else in the mix, but I think they're done. So I'll disagree to the poll. I think they're done in terms of something like a veteran starter. And this is what Greg's saying before the deadline. One more rotation player for a veteran starter. So I guess you'll trade a rotational piece for a veteran starter. I just don't know who you're dealing and what starter you're getting back, right? You got a guy like Dominic Barlow who's been playing great. So you're actually looking to be able to keep him. Quentin Grimes is a guy I know they like. He's not worth what he was asking for last year. I think he got a little humble pie this year on that. He's going to get more minutes now for sure. But I think this helps you be able to possibly keep him in the future here. So I think it just gives you some avenues. But could they go move picks for something else? I guess they could. I just don't know what it is. But in terms of this poll question, we're going to trade another rotational piece for a veteran starter. I just don't know who that is. So I'll disagree.
Yeah, so they just think that, with McCain, they can get what they got. Now they're in the first round for 26, which they weren't. So they'd rather keep Barlow because they think they can get McCain at whatever the Rockets pick's going to be, probably towards the end, right? They're pretty good. They have Kevin Durant. So, whatever. Look, the NBA is so confusing with the money stuff. I don't even try to begin to understand it. I just hope it's not a precursor into them doing something silly and ruining what you got with this backcourt into doing some Band-Aid thing to try and win now because Tatum and Halliburton are down, and the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks are that great. I know the Sixers. The most recent matchup, the Sixers lost to the Knicks, but they have beaten the Knicks. And you have Detroit up there as the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong, but like, am I looking at the Pistons in a playoff series, saying like I can't beat them as constructed if Joe's healthy? Like, I'm not. And then you can just count the Cavs out. They traded for James Harden today. Yeah, see you later. That guy's a loser. So, I mean, they don't have to go and make the splash move and trade a guy like VJ or Paul. I'm with you, Tom. I don't know if they can trade Paul George on suspension. I have no idea how that works. I don't know how anybody would want to take on Paul George because he's not here for just one more year. He's here for a couple more years. So you're kind of locked in. So they traded their expendable guard piece to get in the first round of the draft this year. And they definitely have some advanced scouting going on. Like if they lose Grimes, because Grimes is a free agent, right? After the year.
Yes.
So then they're just going to say we can find a guard that can fill in for Grimes and McCain with the Rockets pick. So it's fine. I just don't want to see him do something stupid because, I mean, it was a little bit of a disappointing week because like the Sixers were just starting to be fun, and then you get Paul George, your max guy, he gets popped with the 25 gamer. That's not fun. And you're trading on the surface. It looks like you're trading away a 20-year-old for a bunch of picks. And that didn't feel very fun, but they're still playing good basketball. They won 5 straight. That was an impressive win the other night. Last night, I guess it was against the Warriors.
Last night. Yeah,
last night. That's good stuff right there because you can get up on adrenaline on the first game of a West Coast trip, but that second game and that third game, that's tough, especially with the second game being a back-to-back. And I can't say I stayed up for the whole thing being on the West Coast. I had to get some sleep, but they were in control. Maxey played great. You had no Joe, you had no Paul George, and they got it done. I mean, that's not my problem that the Warriors sat Steph because Joe was out. But that was a good win. That's the kind of game you got to get every once in a while if you want to be out of that play-in tournament. And I think
you can't have the letdown. Like, right, you can't come play, a great game versus the Clippers and everything's, you're doing everything right. You're moving the basketball and then, you get hit on the back-to-back night and your legs give out third quarter and you get round for your money. It didn't happen.
And the last time it happened, Tom and Ryan, like they lost by 40 to the Hornets.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a good indication that they're growing. And
we'll get into Jared McCain after Ryan answers the poll, but I'll give you my thoughts on that deal. More and I want your guys too, but more elaborate thoughts on the player, where you're giving up and how it really impacts this basketball team. But go ahead, Ryan, answer the poll first.
Yeah, I agree a lot of what Rob just said. This team is fun, so it kind of sucks to give up somebody like McCain. But more or less, I agree with what you guys have said. I disagree with this. You might see them trade a second rounder a couple seconds because they have 13 second round picks over the next 7 years to be able to trade to go get like maybe a 3-and-D guy or like a backup guard or somebody. Maybe like Lonzo Ball got traded today. Like he's going to get bought out probably. So maybe you sign somebody like him, someone who could take up maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes a night who you don't necessarily have to play. But ultimately, I think this was more of you got a first round pick, so you have something in the
cupboard
in here for this year. I'm kind of I don't understand why we didn't get our own first round pick back because OKC has our first round pick this year. So I don't know why we didn't just get our pick back for him other than the Rockets pick, unless we think that the Rockets are going to be worse and not get as far, which is, I guess, a better chance. I don't know. The West is a lot harder than the East this year, so I guess. But yeah, there's not going to be any more worthwhile trades. Like there's nobody out there for the Sixers to go out and trade for that's going to make the starting rotation better that you don't have to give up somebody that you need, right? Like the Giannis thing would be like you got to trade VJ, you got to trade like PG potentially, and then at that point you're keeping Jared McCain because you need that extra guard play. You're not going to trade Joel because he's playing well, and you're not going to get whatever value it is anyway. You're not going to trade your like franchise starter. You're not going to trade Barlow because why would you trade a guy that you can convert into a really good contract for you? And Tyrese Maxey's an all-star starter, so like there's nobody else in the starting rotation that's like getting moved out of the rotation right now, and you don't have enough really bench pieces, I think, to trade away to get a starter unless you're trading away picks from like 4 or 5 years from now. Which at this point I don't know if I really want to do that. But I mean, again, it's. Do I dislike that we traded McCain? Yeah, a little bit, but you know, as you saw, he's been the fourth guard. And if they're gonna re-sign like Quentin Grimes, which with him next to Maxey and VJ probably makes a little bit more sense than McCain, because those guys are a little bit more ball dominant or have been, and Grimes is more of like a shooter. He doesn't have to necessarily take care of stuff himself. And I mean, you technically got more than what you got for him. Like you got a first and a couple thirds, or a couple seconds, 3 firsts, three second round picks for him. So I mean, you got 4 picks potentially that you're going to use, or you have draft capital. So I don't know. It's interesting to see what they're going to do, but I don't think there's going to be anything worthwhile that's going to change up the starting rotation.
Yeah, I think we all can agree on that. Now the McCain thing, like, it doesn't faze me. Like I like Jared, you know. I'm not gonna be happy to have to tell Cass I didn't tell him tonight when I saw him. You know, that Jared's gone because we like Jared. You know, that's what he does. We know what he does when he hits the threes. Been playing better basketball, but Jared McCain isn't going to be the difference maker of us getting over where we want to get to right now, and not having a first round pick and wanting those assets, you know, going in the next offseason, et cetera. And wanting to be able to keep some guys that you really like Barlow's been playing at a high level, man. So, you know, they're evaluating these guys and saying, well, that's a guy we need to keep. We have 3 guards. And right now we have them. Now, next year we're down to 2, but those 2 guards are 38 minutes a night guys. So, yeah, you just need some role players behind them, which they feel like they can go address because they believe in their player development staff too. So I'm okay with it. Like, it isn't like people are overreacting to it. Not you, right? But like people are overreacting to the deal. Like it's not an overreaction deal. Like if you're trading VJ, overreact, right? You're trading Tyrese, overreact. Okay, like there's certain things you just don't overreact to. You don't overreact to bench players, regardless of their age, because how much time is he getting in the future with 2 guards that are 25 years and under? Like, right? Like he's not. Like if VJ will look like a bust, then he ain't going nowhere, right? That's the difference. So. You know, time will tell how good of a deal it is, right? For the Sixers' sake, on what that pick turns into, what those 4 picks actually end up turning into. I don't believe in second round picks more than trade value. So what do those picks end up turning into? We'll get a final answer on the deal. But you know, Jared McCain to me is a good player. I like Jared. Again, he's a small guard. Maxey's already a small guard. Got to be able to defend the perimeter. I just don't think it's a bad deal. I don't think it's just like, oh my God, how do we trade Jared McCain? How'd that happen? It doesn't get me revved up. Would like to keep him. Would have. I get why though. If it's for Barlow for the future, I get it then. I'm cool with it. If that's where their head's at, like Grimes, Barlow, Kelly Oubre. I mean, they got guys they like, man. So you guys start making some hard decisions. And sometimes when you got a good roster, right, like we do, a deeper one, you're going to have to make some of those hard decisions for the future too, even though he's a 20-year-old. Now you're setting yourself up with another pick that it's more time to hold on to a guy for, where this guy's already used up 2 years. Right? You're going to have to get something now while you can get the most for him. You wait another year, you're not getting as much now because they still hold 2 years control. Make sense? Right now, you give them out next year, they hold 1 year. Ain't nobody doing that. Nobody's giving you a first for him unless he's a stud. You know what I mean? Right now, you get a first for him because he's been playing good basketball. Yeah, yeah, he's never he's better than a 6-man, and he'll never start here. And yeah, BJ isn't a 3. But he wasn't. Like you're drafting him to be able, like Casey, you're trading him to be able to bring back Barlow and then make decisions on Grimes and Oubre. Like you have to set yourself up for the future a little bit too.
And
Like
Jared,
like holding assets, but then money. When you have 3 max guys, you have to do that.
yeah, and Jared McCain, he's a 2 guard who can't cover a starting 2 guard. He's not big enough.
Yeah, I think he's good. I think he's not a bad defender. He's just little. Grimes is bigger. And honestly, Grimes is the guy who needs more minutes too. He's bigger. He's more athletic. He's jumpier. Decision. McCain, Q. Which one are you dealing? You got to deal one of them probably. Which one are you going to get the most value back for right now? You're going to get the most value back for a guy that's got 2 years left in team control, or 2.5 years. Than you're going to get of a guy with, 1 year or a half a year.
And they
it's still just kind of frustrating. Now, again, I understand the thought process, and I understand, why you did the deal. You clear up some cap space. You give yourself under the apron so you can convert Barlow and Trendon Watford, right? You have a little bit more like forward depth, which it seemed like we've always kind of lacked guys at those positions who could contribute and play. But it is kind of frustrating because we lacked, again, guard play guys who could shoot off the dribble, shoot off the catch and shoot pretty much the entire time during the Embiid era. So you get somebody who, again, it's, maybe we're, I like Jared. I think he could be a solid player. But again, you have 2 younger guards who are in front of him, so he's not going to get as many minutes here. So trading him away is probably the smart move, right?
You got 3 now. You know what I mean? That's the other part, right? You got 3 guards in front of him right now.
Right. I think that yes, technically, but I think him and Grimes are kind of interchangeable in a sense. Like Grimes has more seasoning underneath of him. But you're also going to have to pay him more next offseason, right? Whereas, again, McCain has another year of control. And if he's playing the 3rd guard minutes, he's not going to be paid as much as I think Grimes may be able to get. Well, I mean, look, your first round pick that you're getting next year is solid. And then I think the best of the second rounders is a 28 Milwaukee pick. And assuming that they trade Giannis, that one should be pretty good. So maybe a 35, 36, whatever that's going to end up being in a couple of years. So that's a very, very late first round pick that is somewhat worth something. I don't know. I think it's not necessarily this deal itself. It's the fact that every year they seem to be going under the apron. That frustrates me more than that. Whether it's the ownership telling them, hey, you got to make sure you're saving money, or it's Morey's done a lot with little, I guess. But it just seems like something else. We're oh, well, all right. We're in win now. We're in win now mode. And right after, Joel said last week, hey, we have a really good team here. I'd really like if we didn't keep ducking the tax. And what did they do? They ducked the tax. So, I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. But again, it's especially with a team that I think in a weak Eastern Conference, you can go out and compete. I'd prefer if they were trading for people and getting somebody that could help as opposed to trading something away. Not for nothing. I want to win now, and I don't really care about picks 4 years from now.
Yeah, that's not what it's about, though. I don't think this deal's about building for the future like that. The deal right on the surface has been reported too. It's about Barlow. It's about getting under the luxury so you can get Barlow and control the rights of him still for whatever that is, right? And I think that's where it's at. They're deep. they're still deep. Like without Jared McCain, like can count Paul George in it, right? Like he's got like 21 games left or something. But you still count him as a part of it if you're a playoff team. So you factor him into it. They got 4 guys, right, who can handle the basketball. It's not real, it's not even. It's like I like Jared, but they still can win now. I don't think you know what I mean. That's not what I think it is. Like I think a move like what you're saying, Ryan, is you trade Embiid for all assets and like money that you can unload in a year, right? And you're like, well, that doesn't do anything for us now. Like that's the deal that I would feel that way about. Makes sense. Like you get back like a Harrison Barnes, like you get back a bunch of guys that are like make a lot of money, that match money, and then a bunch of assets down the road. And then just a bunch of role players. You're like, is that really that put me over the top this year? That's a deal that I would feel that way about. McCain,
yeah, I mean, like right. Like I'm not overly upset about the deal itself, right? But again, like you're in a point where I'd rather hold on to as many young guys as I can have, right? While you're also trying to win now because you're playing really well and you have like those vets in PG and Embiid and like these other guys. Like if you wanted to really clear salary cap space, like you can get rid of like Eric Gordon, you can get rid of Kyle Lowry, you can just cut these guys on veteran minimums and it doesn't really matter. You can convert Barlow the other way. I'd rather hold the young guys. Like you may lose out on draft capital, but you have enough young guys that you don't really necessarily have to trade for anybody, or you don't have to draft anybody because everybody you have is in your starting rotation is already here and they're under control. Now, obviously, that may end up having to like affect the Grimes signing in the offseason. But like, I don't need Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon taking up roster spots in the back end of the roster because they haven't played in 3 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think they're so deep. Like, there's just not many minutes for them as guys came back too, right? Like, even if you count like the wing guys and Oubre and Trendon Watford, like. You just have all these guys. Like, where's the playing time? He's getting 16 minutes a night. Like, where's the playing time? He's averaging 6 points a game. You got a first-round pick back for him. You got the same value back essentially and more for a guy who really has improved it as a first-round pick essentially because he was hurt. Blah 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 blah. Took him a while to come back this year because he was banged up. Right? You get what I'm saying? Like, think about the value you got back for a guy who really hasn't gotten a ton of minutes in this league right now.
You got new car value for a used car.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I mean, I'm not praising the deal in terms of like, I was just looking to move on from somebody today. No, I feel like this is a no-brainer off of playing time and Watford coming back, right? And then George coming back at some point, and you're just deep out there on the wing. What are you gonna get 10 minutes a game? I can get a first in 3 seconds for a guy playing 10 minutes a game. Like, that's got 2 years left on a deal. Like, okay, fine.
And like,
I hold another guy for another 4.
If the Sixers don't get there this year, and it turns out that they're this really good team, and they're maybe they're the number 1 or number 2 seed in the East. I don't know. They won 5 in a row. I don't know how high up they can get in the standings. And they, for whatever reason, they disappoint in the playoffs again. It's not going to be because Jared McCain's not here. Right? Like,
no.
Again, it's
because Joe didn't play good, or Maxey went cold, or people are hurt. It's not because of Jared McCain. The only thing because a lot of people,
KZ, this is bullshit. Okay, this is where I get fired up with you.
He's been
the fact that you're going to attack Daryl Morey, who's hit on 3 first-round picks, by the way, that you want to talk about him in the draft, all right, or anything else, like. Knock it off, okay? This guy hit VJ Edgecombe. This guy hit Tyrese Maxey. And this guy, for whatever case, you could say hit Jared McCain because he got a first in 3 seconds back for him. So this guy's hit. Does that mean every deal he's made is good? No, but he's made way better ones. James Harden, great move. I don't even care that Paul George isn't playing. You understand? I don't even care because he's a crumb. So great move to get rid of him, right? Great move to get rid of Ben Simmons. All right, at the time, for what you could get back, which is the most you could get back with a James Harden. So don't, like, I'm not telling you he's made great moves all around, but in bad situations, he's gotten out of it. And he's hitting the damn draft. So again, I'm not telling you he's not here to make money, because there ain't a guy that's in the business world that isn't here to make the owners of that company money. That's not like nobody would have a job. Okay. So yes, he's here to make them money. All right, babe. But money comes by the product on the court. He's put a good product on the court right now. And after 5 straight wins, they feel like they're in a position to get value back for a guy getting 15 minutes a night. If you think that's a bad deal right now on the surface, I don't know what to tell you, because you don't know what that becomes. He traded away 1 pick, dude. Like here he traded away 1 pick. What are you talking about trading away all first-round pick? He traded away a guy playing 15 minutes a night. That's your outrage? When he's got 3 other guys that are guards that are under 25 years old, and one's 19 and is going to be a superstar like Tyrese Maxey? Like, why would you not deal him? That's my question to people now. The more we've thought this through, why would you not deal Jared McCain?
Yeah, and Tom, that's the thing with me. Like, I got the alert. I'm on my UPS truck, and people are kind of texting me like what I thought. I'm like, I don't understand right now. But now you look at it deeper, and like, okay, this is fine, because I get the alert when I'm busy and distracted. Something that's out of left field, like we're trading a guy who can't even drink yet for a bunch of draft picks. It's like, okay, like I don't understand, like what's going on. But now, like you take a deep breath and think about it logically and use common sense, and it's fine. It's going to be okay. Because if there's 4 minutes to go in the Eastern Conference Finals in a do or die situation, who you going to have on the floor? Quentin Grimes or Jared McCain?
Probably quit.
Paul George or Jared McCain?
Paul George, right? So
and then VJ and Tyrese, that they're givens. So he's going to be handing out the Gatorade in a big spot. You can win right now. You can. And I've been anti-Sixer for a while now, because I just was so sick of the process and them coming up short. But this team can do something. And to think that they can't do something because Jared McCain's not here now, that's ridiculous. And I've been hard on Daryl Morey, but he's done a great job. He gets Tyrese Maxey at the all-star starter with the 23rd pick in the draft. That doesn't happen in the NBA. It doesn't.
No. And the only reason you went to a team that had a surplus of them, it's smart business. You went, okay, who would give me a first for him? Well, let's go look at Oklahoma City. They got 1 million of them. Let me make a phone call. See if they're interested in Jared McCain, hypothetically. Because Dominic Barrows looked like a Dennis Rodman without the hair. You know what I mean? In the dress. I mean, that's what Dominic Barrows looked like. No dress, no hair, just rebounding, hustling, and being rewarded for it. So, I mean, I think that's opened their eyes a little bit too. And then knowing like that's the only way you can keep them is getting under. And like I said, you can move on from Drummond, but that's stupid because you're not getting assets back and you need the third big man. You have to have the third big man. Have to. It's not even up for debate. You know what I mean? You have to have him with Joe. Just not knowing Joe, because you can still win with Drummond and Bona. God forbid Joe's out. Okay? Still good enough to win and compete if you had a healthy Paul George. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can still compete and win playoff series. I still believe in it because I still believe they're deep enough. And then, like I said, you get what? Brinks, you're spot on, too. Like, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, I get it, dude. Where's the playing time? Like, Wofford's a good player. They like Trendon Wofford, right? Players love Trendon Wofford. So, like, that's another wing guy.
Well, like, I just assumed that, like McCain was just going to be, like, on the back burner this year, and he would just slide into the Grimes role when Grimes left. But you got 4 picks for him. Why would you, like, and now you're back in the first round next year. So I don't understand the outrage after you can, like, sit and think about it and use your brain and just.
Who's more important for this roster in the future right this minute? Is it holding on to Dominic Barlow? That's a starter for you? Or is it a guy who's playing 15 minutes a night for you? Both guys are super young. So people want to talk about youngness. Both guys are super young. So which one's more important to your basketball team as it's constructed.
Because Barlow gets no love, Tom, because he played in the G League and he didn't play at Duke. Like,
Yeah,
guys come from all over the place these days. Just because you didn't watch him in the NCAA tournament doesn't mean he can't ball out for you in a playoff series. He can.
I'm not over here.
Barlow. I like Wofford too. He's kind of
Wofford's a good player. I mean, they're giving you the same thing. That's the thing. Like, not as much Barlow because he's a bigger guy, but like you put Wofford on the perimeter, Kelly Oubre on the perimeter, Paul George on the perimeter, VJ, Tyrese, Q. Like, you're running out of room. You're running out of room. Like, this is the come to Jesus moment tonight on HUD. Like, we just run out of room for guys. So go get assets that you can use for other things or use for yourself. However you want to use it.
How are they worthless picks? You don't know if they're worthless picks until they happen and you see.
They're not worthless picks.
They're not. How is a first-round pick worthless?
This is a team that's got a great player development staff led by Rico Hines. I've been on this kick for a while. Anybody that's listening to Tom Arnaud, it isn't going away. I've been on the Rico Hines is a great developer, man. A great one. You give me picks. I'm not a big pick guy, but I'll take them because I know my staff's great at developing players. Like, look at what Toronto did with player development and the picks they had. Look what they did with it. There's a lot of guys that weren't as good when they were drafted as they are now. All right? Scotty Barnes continued to get better. A big part of that's Rico Hines at the time, right? You go down the list. OG Anunoby, okay? Siakam. If you look at the guys that they helped turn into all-star caliber players there, you should believe in our staff and say, okay, I'm not out here hunting for picks all day, but I believe in my staff. If you give me 4 picks, I'll turn 2 of them into players. You know what I mean? I'll have a 50% rate.
Scotty Barnes is the best player in the league that nobody talks about.
Oh, nobody talks about it. And I like Jared McCain. This is not like run Jared McCain out of town. But if you put a gun to my head, 2 hypotheticals, and said, Tom, you got to make a decision. Are you keeping Barlow next year, or do you need a 4th guard? Starter, backup. I don't know.
So I guess Barlow's starting till Paul George comes back. Is that what they're going to be doing? It's tough to tell from last night's game because Joe didn't play.
Oh, he's been started.
He has been started. You're right.
A guy who has.
Yeah, he started like 30 games, 30 plus games, I think.
Because Oubre starts and plays with Paul George now.
Okay.
So now when Paul George comes back, Oubre's another bench.
Oubre will go back to the bench, yeah.
Which is huge. So, like, how much production you need off your bench? You got Q, you got Oubre, you got Wofford. I mean, I know I'm missing a couple guys probably.
I mean, I always see the end of the games and Barlow's in there. So
yeah. So if you look at if you look at who's coming off your bench, you still have enough offensive production to feel good about your bench.
Yeah, I mean, Barlow just had a career game, which actually ended up costing me a parlay because he took away points from other people. But either way, it's okay.
I think he had a good night last night too, didn't he?
He had a solid night last night. VJ went off last night. Maxey actually played. VJ was great. Maxey kind of had a tough night. And considering, like, you didn't have him beat and Maxey had a tough night, the fact you won that game last night is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Dominic was 10 points, 6 boards.
Again, solid night. No, what he had, 26 and 16 against the Lakers or Clippers? That's
Yeah,
what he had,
26 and 16.
he was going off. He was going off against the Clippers.
Yeah,
I watched.
He was at a great game. It's a great game. I think he was one of
because VJ didn't do good at all against the Clippers.
No. But he played, like, the defense was really good. Other things were good.
He didn't score against
about him.
He didn't shoot or score against the Clippers. He did all.
No, he didn't. That's what I love about him is he can do everything.
And he doesn't have to score to impact the game.
No, nope.
He's a stud.
Like, what do you need tonight, guys? You know what I mean? He's one of those. Like, what do you need me to do tonight?
I'm not shooting. I'll just lock down this guy over here. He's not scoring. And then I'll rebound and get a couple blocks and a couple steals. And
Bona was awesome last night, too. Just like his hustle was fantastic. I mean, I think he had 3 putback dunks.
He is a Red Bull and a 7-footer, man.
Oh, dude, he just gets after.
He's a lot of fun, man. He's
him
great.
And Barlow make our rebounding so good. Like they do, because they're hustle guys. Like you need it. We watched it with the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks would out rebound their ass all the time because they just had guys that were out hustling us. You need hustle guys. It's a 1-2.
So,
You know what I
like,
mean?
let me ask you. So, like, let's say like they do something else. Like, what are we looking at? We're looking at rebounding, right?
You're looking at probably a backup guard. Somebody who could come in and play like 8 to 10 minutes a night. You're looking at
We
maybe
have
a slightly
14
better
guards. We
backup
talked about it
center.
for 45 minutes.
No, again, like, look, you have 3 guards, right? You don't have a fourth. If someone gets hurt,
We do.
right? If someone gets in foul trouble,
You do.
Who's the
You have
fourth?
5.
You got one suspended.
he's not a guard.
You have 5 guards.
It's a perimeter guy.
You have
That's
5
different.
guards.
Like, who are your 5 guards?
Don't count the perimeter guys.
Nah.
You have 5 guards.
Who are your 5 guards? I know 3 guards. Who are your other 2?
Eric
Kyle
Gordon,
Lowry.
Kyle
I'm not counting Kyle Lowry. I'm not
you gotta
counting
count
either of
Eric
those
Gordon.
guys. They're not going to play.
They'll play Eric Gordon now if they need to.
No, I agree with Ryan. That doesn't count. But I'm counting.
Eric Gordon counts because they'll play him if they need to. He didn't need to play.
Eric Gordon's played 3 games this year.
We're talking about 10 minutes a night, guys, if that.
Eric Gordon's getting cut.
Okay, maybe it does, but you're saying there's no other guards. Like they need to go out and get one. Who are they getting? They're not getting somebody that's not going to bring you as much as Eric Gordon at this point. What are you going to get?
I don't know. You trade one of the 800 second-round picks you had to go get somebody that's somewhat worth something.
I understand, but then it puts you back over, and then it hurts the Barlow side of it.
Yeah, but when you have a trade exception that's worth almost $8 million from last year when you shipped out KJ Martin, you can cut Kyle Lowry or Eric Gordon, who are both on vet minimums. So that clears up like $15 million in cap space. Plus, whatever you just got rid of Jared McCain. You could bring back in more money than you shell out. Then you attach one of those things to it. You attach like a second round pick or 2 seconds. You get a somewhat decent guard, right? I don't know who it could be, but it's probably somebody like that, right? And then maybe a forward, probably not a forward, maybe a center, right? Maybe a center who's, I don't know, maybe a slightly better rebounder who move a little bit better than Andre Drummond. I don't know. Maybe a trade for Jonathan Kuminga has been begging to get out of Golden State for 3 years.
That would be a great move. I don't know what that would cost. I know he doesn't like it there, but I think that would be great. I think he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah, like he'd be somebody who could be your backup center, your backup big, who obviously is younger, can move a little bit better than Andre Drummond can. And not that I don't like Bona's solid, but if you can go and improve your backup center spot, especially with like down the stretch when Embiid's going to eventually miss some games, if you want him healthy for the playoffs, like you have somebody like Kuminga out there, then maybe that's somebody you go after. And the Sixers have dealt with Golden State in the past, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if there's really a move out there. I don't.
Again, it's not going to be, if they do something, it's not going to be like, oh, wow, it's a great move. Good for them. It's going to be like, okay, sure. Why not? Cool. So, whatever, man. As long as you keep the core together, like, I don't, even when like people were talking about the possibility of trading for Giannis, like, not that he's, again, I understand he's a top 3 player in the bigs. Like, he's won a title, he's won MVPs, like, he's really, really good. I don't know, man. Like you can't play him and Embiid together. I don't see how that works. And you're not going to trade Embiid to get him. So like there's not a star player that's you're going to be able to trade for and not give up something that's going to make your team worse.
Yeah, I'm not even into the star hunting at this point. I like what we have. I want to keep building it. I want these guys to continue to grow together. I think we're on to something possibly special here down the road. With the 2 young guys we're building this core around. So I like where we're at.
Yeah.
We're in a good spot.
I think something like low-key that was pretty good from what Embiid said the other day. I think it might have been yesterday or the day before. Because he got snubbed from being an all-star, which, again, I don't know necessarily if he was like, should he have been an all-star? Maybe. Am I upset that he's not? Not really. But like, he was like, look, I've done everything. I've won an MVP. I've done this. Like, I'm there. I've done all this stuff. The only thing I really want is a ring. So all that matters is the playoffs and making sure that we're going to make a run at that. So I think that's big out of him because 2 years ago he's not saying that. Like,
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
the biggest thing for him this year. Biggest thing for him this year is like him giving up some of that. Like, oh, I have to be the guy. Because obviously, like Maxi's shined and he's an all-star starter and he's been a stud, right? So him, again, obviously Embiid's really, really good. He's, only a couple years removed away from being the best player in the big in the NBA. I think it's a big thing for him, like with him, his maturity and being able to help these younger guys a lot. Whereas, like,
I think them helping him too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've helped
him for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the way they talk about each other. I think that call out from Tyrese Maxey at the beginning of last year, before they all got hurt, resonated with Joel. I mean, if you even hear those two talk at end of year pressers about each other, about like competing with each other to add something new to your game, they're, Joe came from a culture of losing here, so Joe needed a guy like Tyrese Maxey, and this franchise needed a guy like Tyrese Maxey, right? Because what it got was the workhorse, the grinder, right? The star player that works harder than everybody else. That always is going to resonate through an organization. And I think you can see how it resonates because of his personality resonates with his team now. You see so much excitement with them for each other, right? And that's your first sign of a real team is guys are showing love to each other, jumping off the bench, different things like that, right? It matters. And I think that's all started with a Tyrese Maxey, a slow burn of becoming the franchise player and one of the leaders of this team. You know what I mean?
And for anyone wondering out there, the Rockets are currently in 4th place in the Western Conference.
So I think what the Sixers 5th, but like it's
they were 6th, but they've been winning. So yeah, they jumped Toronto. It looks like
they jumped Toronto, and they're a half game back of Cleveland, and we know that James Harden's a loser, so they're going to start dropping back. But I mean, realistically, you're 3.5 games out of the 2 seed, because the Knicks and Boston have the same record, and you already won the season series of both of them, right? I think.
I know he won the one game in New York.
I'm pretty sure we've won the season series with the Knicks. I'm pretty sure we've won it with the Celtics too. So, like, if you're tied with them, you're the 2 seed.
I mean,
yeah, you keep playing basketball like that, so you can jump up the rankings fast for sure. The standings. Well, they won 5 in a row. Playing good basketball. Were they in Lakers tomorrow night?
Yeah. All right, well, the Knicks have beaten us.
I know they played the Celtics a ton early. I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, 2-1 against Boston.
All right, so you're at least getting split. I think it's 4 games this season? Or is it 5? It's 4.
I couldn't even tell you that, how they do it in the NBA.
I think it's 4.
But yeah, either way, they're playing great basketball. So I think they play tomorrow night in LA.
Yeah, it's in LA. They're out west. They play like Phoenix after that, I think.
Yeah, Thursday, Lakers 10 o'clock, Saturday night, 9 o'clock, against Phoenix, and then Portland Monday night, 10 o'clock, and then they come back home next Wednesday, 7:30 start versus the Knicks. So
there you go. All right, you gotta win that Knicks game.
When's the Knicks game? Would you say Wednesday?
Next Wednesday. So yeah, we'll have a
Sixers
Knicks post game. Mm-hmm.
I will be at that game too.
Will you? All righty.
Yes.
Would you get a plan, Tom?
I got a plan for next year. Yeah. So my buddy hooked me up with some things this year. Like I'll be able to take Cass the day after his birthday, so I'll be able to take him down on the court like 90 minutes before. We'll get to meet some of the players.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't bad. Like next year I'm section 108. seats 17, 18. So it was like, I don't know, 42 for 22 games. Not bad.
So you're at what, 82? You're at half the home games.
Yeah, and I'm obviously going to sell tickets and
Right. Yeah.
give them to people.
But you get in, you get the playoff. You get
I
preferred
get the playoffs. Yeah, I get,
Yeah.
So it's cool, Again, you can sell playoff tickets, all that stuff. So
Does he know he's going on the court yet, Tom?
yeah, he knows.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I think he should have saved it.
What?
I think
Telling him?
Yeah, I think you should have just walked him down to the court. Let him just like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah,
Have
no
like
people.
a body camera on you.
I should have. He's still going to get the same reaction.
Oh, either way, like yeah, he's gonna love that. And so that's awesome.
Yeah, no face paint, Don. Not there yet, babe. Not there yet. Yeah, Bill, you're right. I mean, seating it means something to stay out of the play-in. I mean, who's healthy absolutely matters.
Well, so
Boston got better today, Bill. With Vuk for sure.
No, they didn't, dude. Vucevic is like 40 years old, and he's gonna cook him if they play Boston.
I don't know about that.
Vuk kills us.
Vuk kills everyone.
He did before, not so much lately.
I feel like he killed us the last time we played him.
He kills everyone. Every time I look at the stats, that guy's just the walking double-double. I mean, you're right. He is older, but so is Joe. Joe's got more miles on him than his age would indicate. Vucevic, these European big guys, they're machines. I mean, Jokic got hurt for the first time this year, and now he's back, and it's not like nothing even happened. They're machines. They're robots. They're built different. So I don't know about dismissing the Vucevic addition to Boston there.
Yeah,
the
first game Vucevic played.
Yeah, I love how the cat. Me too. Hilarious.
Yeah, everybody's darling now.
So James Harden and Donovan Mitchell.
The first
work
game he played against us this year was 19-10, but how did the Cavs? The Cavs in the playoffs, second round.
All right, well let's move on. Let's get to some Eagles. All right, we haven't got a chance to talk about Mannion and Grizzard yet. Obviously, Mannion is offensive coordinator, and Grizzard was coming in as passing game coordinator.
Passing game coordinator, quarterbacks coach, I think. Actually, he might not. I don't think he's quarterbacks coach. I think they're looking at Greg Olson to be the quarterbacks coach.
Yep, I saw that. So on the surface, real quick, like you guys go, definitely 2 good moves. I like what they did. I like that they brought in two guys to sort of work together in a way. And guys pass up the job or whatever it is. I don't, get that at a different time, but on the surface, it's like, okay, nobody's called plays. But Mannion's out of the McVay tree. I like that. So I like, those concepts a lot better. To get guys open and motions and not hitch routes and all them things. So, we'll see how he is as a play caller. But on the surface is like design and all that. I'm happy with the direction they went. And it doesn't always have to be the big splash in these situations to work. So you're hoping you get some guys that can stay here for a minute. But either way, that's not even the big news. I mean, Stoutland stepping down is bigger, but I didn't get even a chance to talk about the coordinator and the passing game coordinator, which I like it. Well, time will tell, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and hate it. It's new, it's different. And if these guys got full control of letting it rock, and I like that Grizzard was an offensive play caller. So you're also bringing in a guy who was an offensive play caller, putting him with Mannion. I like it. So I think hopefully that's a good mesh. And it, brings its offense back to some consistency here, right? And looking like they're supposed to look. So that's exciting. Stoutland, not so much. But yeah.
I mean, like what went down last year, that wasn't it. So I mean, we all wanted to change. We got to change. We got a McVay guy. We got a guy that called plays. Look, I'm a big believer. Like, we all bitched about change. We wanted change. Okay, you got your change, and now you can't turn around and bitch about the change too. Then you just sound like a loser. So don't be a loser. Let's see what happens, and I like it. And I don't like. Thanks, Jeff, but like, you were the offensive line and run game coordinator last year, and both aspects of the football team were complete trash. So, I mean, I'm not I mean, he's obviously a great coach and he did great things and had a good career. I don't know what he's going to do next, if he's just kind of going on his merry way to retirement or he's going to get another job somewhere. But what happened last year in this city with this football team offensively was garbage and was unacceptable. So I'm all for as much change as possible. So that's really all I got. Don't be a loser and complain about the change that you bitch for the last 6 months. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Where I'm at with the Mannion signing is I like how quickly he's risen, because he was a backup quarterback like 3 years ago. So the fact that he went from being like I think like an offensive assistant to being like the quarterback's coach in Green Bay to now he's being an offensive coordinator, and I think he's like 33, 34, something like that. So, and again, like he's from that like McVay type. He obviously worked for LaFleur in Green Bay, who was obviously a McVay guy, and I'm pretty sure like somehow connected to Shanahan as well. So you'll see a lot more motion in the offense and things like that. But I think the biggest thing that you're going to see from him is like another rejuvenation into the run game, which obviously struggled this year, because the Packers they scored the most rushing touchdowns in the league last year, and they were 7th overall in rushing yards. So obviously he's bringing in a different type of scheme in that run game. So hopefully that'll end up working. And obviously Tampa has been pretty good with throwing the football the last couple of years. So you can kind of mix in those two components there. Especially with Grizzard. Like, I know that people are thinking that AJ Brown's going to be gone, but look at what he was able to do with Mike Evans down in Tampa, like with getting him open in different schemes and stuff like that. Where, not to say that like AJ's as big as Mike Evans is or whatever it is, but I think he could probably be used in a similar way. So that'd be intriguing. So I do like the combination of those two guys together. I do think it's a bit unfair what Frankie said about Stoutland. Like obviously the offensive line was not very good, and the run game suffered because of it. But I think a lot of that came down to injuries and stuff. But again, it comes down to, like, again, you're looking for something for change. Stoutland's been here since 2013. So a guy like you're looking for different offensive voices, and you went out and got 2 more in your new passing game coordinator and your new OC, obviously. So I'm sure that they know people that they can get in here and may, have a fresh voice, which is always, it can be good. Obviously, you don't want to have a ton of turnover, which we've seen a decent amount of, but it's only, I think it at this point could probably only help. Because I know they ended up taking away like the run game coordinator thing from Stoutland at some point last season, which probably rubbed them a little bit the wrong way. But again, like, he's another guy in like the Fangio thing where he's a little bit older. Like, who knows how much longer he's going to be around? Obviously, he's been a huge part of the Eagles' last decade. I think he's been here, 13 years? That's really, really a really long time. And thank you for everything that you've done with, you made Lane Johnson a Hall of Famer. Jason Kelsey's going to be a Hall of Famer. A lot of guys have been like all pro level, going to Pro Bowls and different stuff like that. So again, thank you for everything you've done, Stalin. I'm a big fan. I wish I graduated from there myself. But it's probably time for a change. Hopefully he doesn't end up going somewhere else and just, helping out like a division rival or something, because that would really suck. But I'm not overly upset about it, but I think it is going to hurt, at least in the short term. Because who knows what Lane Johnson's going to do now? Like, there's another factor in Stoutland leaving. Like, is he going to stay? Because Lane's only ever played for him. Is that going to force him into wanting to retire? I don't think so, at least not this year, just because I don't think he's going to want to go out like without him playing a playoff game in his last year. But it could be a contributing factor to whatever his decision is going to end up being. Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued with what the Eagles have done to change up their offensive staff. And hopefully, we can see differences in obviously the shit product that we put out there offensively this past season. So
I am Bill. I mean, Vic hinting about retirement, now losing Schwartz just doesn't sit right with me for some reason. I feel like there's a lot going on, and I honestly don't know what to say. I mean, guys, Jim Schwartz is under contract with the Cleveland Browns. He can either, and he's butthurt because they hired Todd Monken and not him as the head coach. So he's disgruntled. He's not a player. You're not going to trade for a defensive coordinator. So Jim Schwartz can either be the defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns or he can retire. Now, whether he can retire and then come here, I don't know how that works. But, like, Jim Schwartz is not a viable option if Vic Fangio walks away. Like, and I don't even know if I would want Jim Schwartz. I probably would because it's late in the game.
I would have wanted him over Gannon.
Well, Gannon, he's gone too. He's the Packers guy.
Well, I think the fact that you heard about the Fangio thing, retirement possibility, basically after he'd already made his decision, he's going to come back, was like, it was always hey, maybe. And then he was always probably trying to leaning towards staying, but like debated retiring or not. But I don't know, man.
I mean, he wouldn't let his boy Parker go to a division rival like that. I'd like to think if he was hanging it up.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
that's the easiest promotion ever.
Right. So if it was at the end of the season, like, all right, hey, season's over. Hey, guess what? I'm going to retire here. Let's have one of these guys take over. Right.
And it's because that little weasel, Adam Schefter, went on 97.5 and did the whole doom and gloom foreshadowing thing that like more big changes are coming in Philadelphia.
That was about Stoutland. He tweeted about that today.
Look, great like I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried that Jeff Stoutland's not going to be the offensive line coach next year. I'm not worried about it. They're going to get somebody that jives with what Mannion and Grizzard are going to be doing, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah. Again, like we've been asking for change.
Hopefully.
You got your offensive change. Hopefully Vic stays here for another year or two.
Hopefully hopefully the quarterback uses his legs for the new regime, because he didn't last year. That's for sure.
Oh, breaking news: Sixers aren't getting Jonathan Kuminga. Warriors trade Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. So Porzingis
Kristaps
to
Porzingis.
The Warriors. Yeah. I guess that would probably take them out of the potential Giannis trade market.
I love the NBA trade deadline. These guys who I've even forgot were even existed just resurface. Lonzo Ball, Kristaps Porzingis.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bringing them all back, dumping their salary to then they'll go to the Wizards. They all go to the Wizards because the Wizards think that they'll build something someday, maybe.
But now they all go to the Hawks. Wizards are actually getting good players.
Well, I mean,
Well,
the
Still
Hawks.
stink. They still stink. I mean, it's Trae Young who went
Look,
away.
man.
AD's always hurt. And they got the young kid. Well, 2 young kids.
I was thinking about it today. Have you ever seen like the Wizards in a big basketball game ever?
I literally texted my cousin.
Like
I don't
Chris
know.
Webber and Juwan Howard, right?
Like
Was Chris Webber and
they were
Juwan
the Bullet. They were the Bullets then. They weren't
They
even the
were
Wizards.
Bullets, yeah. So we're not even the Wizards. Like MJ, no, they go
I
to
do
the
not
playoffs?
remember the last time they won a playoff series. I couldn't tell you the last time they won a playoff series. I have no idea.
I mean, they're out of it now already, right?
Let's see.
Yeah, they stink.
They can't be out of it.
No, they're getting all these old guys.
Oh my god. Yeah, the Wizards are
Awful.
13-36. So yeah, they're out of it.
Like I don't even understand. Like I can wrap my head around like the Trae Young in a way, and I don't even like Trae Young. Like they got
I think
they got Trey Johnson who needs minutes, who's just a scorer who I really liked in this draft too. Alex Sarr is a guy they drafted high. He's having a good year. I mean, now teaming Alex Sarr and for next year, Anthony Davis is pretty fun. If I'm a Wizards fan, you know what I mean? Like I'm probably pretty excited about that until AD gets hurt. But and then it's Trae Young and Trey Johnson as your backcourt. So it's like, okay, I mean, and they're going to get another lottery pick to go with these guys. So like they're doing a little weird, right? Like they almost feel like they can win next year.
At least they're like trying. Like
They're trying to win next year, trying to win some basketball games. And
I get it. So like here, like obviously the Sixers are in a different position than they would.
I mean,
but
nobody in Virginia will be able to afford to go. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to sell tickets, man, and like credit to that. I mean, because they're doing it like it's almost like they're like us, right? Like they got 2 older guys, but then they're young. Like they got 2 young, really good players, and then another lottery pick coming up this year, most likely. So like they're in a little bit of like, hey, we're rebuilding, but we can go win a series or 2. If that's an AD. I mean, that's what AD is. But Alex Sarr's gotten better every year. I thought he was going to stink after year 1, but he's gotten better. And I like Trey Johnson. So they're going in the right direction. I mean, I just hate Trae Young. Like I don't think Trae Young's a good player.
Yeah, he's a loser.
AD is a great player when he's healthy. That's not even up for debate. I don't like AD, but I'm saying like when he's healthy, he's a stud. Like if they traded Luka for a healthy AD all the time, nobody in Dallas would be freaking out.
I think that's the funniest part of this because you essentially traded Luka for Anthony Davis straight up. I think there was something else that went back the other way too, but like it was essentially straight up, and then you just got rid of him, like not even a calendar year later.
Yeah, but what'd you get for him? No, it's a new regime now. Like what did they get for him? I don't even know what the deal was.
I had it right here. Like, you want to know what the Wizards got?
I don't know. I
What
want
they
to know
gave
what.
up?
Let's see. All right. Mavs traded Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to Washington for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley III, and 2 first-round picks and 3 second-rounders. So you traded away draft capital. I hope that wasn't like a this year pick.
Can't be.
Well, 2026 first round pick from Oklahoma City. That's the last pick in the draft.
Yeah,
And
That's
then,
what they sent him.
and then the other first round picks not till 2030, and it's top 15. It's top 20 protected. So the Mavs got fleeced again.
I don't know. That's just
It's so stupid. They just wanted Luka. They wanted Luka in LA. The league wanted Luka in LA.
oh no, yeah, for sure.
After LeBron left, and
Well,
now
Cooper's a good player. I mean, they'll Like I like Cooper. I mean, I don't like him as much as I like VJ, but I do like Cooper Flag a lot. He's a good player. They'll be in the lottery again this year. They'll get a healthy Kyrie back next year. I mean, the West is tough. But yeah, if they hit on another pick, they could be going in the right direction. I mean, Cooper and Kyrie would be a good little tandem next year, but they stink.
What did Kyrie?
You got to get a hole back for Luka, and I think they got a
Kyrie tore his Achilles last year, I think. Or is it ACL something?
Yeah, he'll be back next year.
Is that like the I guess basketball players tear their Achilles a lot. I guess that shouldn't be a
Look, it was at least this past year that's what happened because it was him, Halliburton, and Tatum all did it in like a week span.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily know if it's like a normal thing. I mean, I feel like they do it more than like other like sports athletes, but in the last year, there's been a lot of them. At least like star players.
I mean, I think it's because they don't play every night. I think they take too many nights off, and then they rest, and then they try and ramp it up, and it causes injuries.
Well, that's not the case with Halliburton or Tatum. Maybe Kyrie. But I don't know. I could kind of see that with like in baseball, how like guys have had. There's been more arm injuries and like Tommy John surgery. Now, obviously, guys are throwing 100 miles an hour versus like back in like the pre-2000s where everybody was throwing 90. But everybody was throwing 150, 120 pitches every single day, like every time that they would go out there. Versus now, guys kind of get pulled to like 95 pitches and they're out there again. For the most part, every fifth day. But like you're not seeing guys with 35 starts anymore, really. Like you're not seeing guys go over 300 innings. Like that's not happening. So I don't know. Analytics points to different stuff. I don't necessarily think it has anything. Well, I don't think resting makes you more susceptible to injury, I guess. I think like guys being bigger, faster, stronger than they should be probably leads more to being injured.
I know. Speaking of pictures, Tommy's boy, Framber Valdez, going to the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, that is a crazy deal to me. I don't think Framber's worth that contract. And then also after you lowballed the back-to-back Cy Young Award winner,
then they give him
you give him $30-some million. I think it's like $37 or $38 million. And you told Scooble, like, yeah, you're worth like 20. Like what do you mean? Like, why wouldn't you just pay your guy? And like look, if you're trying to win and you want to sign him to a 3-year deal, like, yeah, obviously he's going to help your pitching staff. But how's that going to help you if you pissed off your number one starter who's going to want to get traded now? That's just an insane thing to me.
Phone's going nuts here.
Yeah.
I guess I'm getting the.
Like there's the ESPN alert. I got the Shams alert like 5 minutes ago. What is this? Warriors are trading Trace Jackson Davis to the Raptors for a second round. Like that's just a salary dump. That's weird, but sure. Okay.
I don't know what you want to do. You want to do Super Bowl?
Yeah, let's go.
I don't think I've been less juiced for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I could not care less about this game. Could not care less about this game. It's so boring to me.
I don't think it's going to be close. I don't see how New England. I mean, it's probably going to be close because that's just the way it is. But Seattle's just way better, right? Or am I missing?
They are. No, their defense is insane. JSN's probably a top 2 receiver in the league. Their running game's solid. Seattle, the only thing I think that they have better in New England is the quarterback. I think Drake May's better than Sam Darnold. Other than that, I think Seattle's better at every position. Like they've been so good. And really, again, the Patriots still haven't played anybody. They they've had just a cakewalk of a season. I think it'll probably be closer than some people think. And the line's 4.5, I think. But I don't see how Seattle
4.5.
It's still 4.5. I don't think Seattle wins by less than 10. I find it very hard to believe that the Pats cover that line.
I just think it's incredible the amount of breaks that this Patriots team has gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only coaches that they've played all season that haven't gotten fired are Aaron Glenn twice, who probably should have gotten fired, Dave Canales, who's a good coach, and Bowles, right? Bowles didn't get fired, right?
No, he's still in Tampa.
He's still there.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's it. They played McDaniel twice, fired McDermott. They played Harbaugh. They played Pete Carroll, who they lost to.
Which is insane. They lost to the Raiders.
It was week 1, but I mean,
yeah, still.
Like, there's all these guys. And then they had about the biggest cakewalk of a playoff run you could ask for.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud threw you 5 picks. You barely won.
Mm-hmm.
Herbert.
He played a backup quarterback in the
Justin Herbert doesn't have a clutch bone in his body. He's the Chris Paul of the NFL. And then you get Denver. Like, okay, you got Denver, who's good, but then Bo Nix snaps his ankle in the division round.
Yeah.
And you still almost lost.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone who disagrees with my take about dome football after watching that AFC Championship game, you get your head examined. If you had a good time watching that football game, I think you're insane. You need to be checked into Bellevue for a second.
I'll take the dome. But what's the line?
4.5, I think.
4.5 earlier.
Seattle.
Give me the Patriots. I'm Patriot. I'm a big label guy. I cannot put my money on Sam Darnold. I just can't do it. And you're gonna prove me wrong? Good. Right? But like, I just can't do it yet. I can't do it. I'm still seeing ghosts. You know what I mean? He's had a great year. He's been fantastic. But he's a 3-pick game away from not being fantastic. And
you're going straight up. You're going money.
Yeah, I'll take the Patriots to win.
So how about this? So the golf tournament, it's always the Waste Management Open. And for those of you who don't follow golf, it's the one with the party hole and everyone drinks beer. And it's not like your traditional golf tournament. So
I need to get out there.
So Scotty Scheffler and the New England Patriots have like relatively the same odds on the money line. And Scotty has to, beat 100 guys. Is interesting to me. On how
Scotty's Tiger reincarnate. That dude's nuts. But yeah, man, I like Vrabel. I think the Patriots have massively overachieved this year. I think that Seattle's defense is insane. I don't think the Patriots are going to be able to move the ball. Give me Seattle 27 to
my blocks.
27 to 10. 27-13. 7-13. Seattle.
I think it's going to be under. I don't know what the over-under is. I didn't look at that, but I think we're going to get a little bit of a rock fight in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 20 to 10 Seattle, just off the top of my head. I'll take that. 20 to 10 Seattle. Maybe New England covers with a 20 to 17.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Vrabel's going to have a plan for Njigba. I'll guarantee you that. If he goes off on Super Bowl Sunday after Vrabel has from the Belichick tree and how they used to do things, I'll be shocked. And Seattle might get ugly. But Njigba's not going to have a good game, is what I'm betting, because of schematically what is capable.
Vic is back, by the way.
What's
Nick's
that?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will be back for this year. So.
The over/under is 45.5.
Yeah, that's a stone under. I think that's the play. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see it being high scoring because we expect it to be low scoring. You know how these games can go sometimes. Give me 31-28 Patriots.
I mean, I'm
I don't
all for
even
that.
want either team to win. Like I'm
Yeah,
in that,
I
like,
don't want either team to win.
I don't want either team to win. I'll make that very clear tonight. I don't want either team to win. I'm just a Vrabel guy. I love his coaching style. I think being a player's coach and then getting the game too translates a lot with guys in today's society, right? But still getting on him and still being a damn good coach. But I think he's great at what he does. I think he's always won with less, even in Tennessee for a good amount of time there. So, but Seattle's been awesome. So it could be a shootout. You could get a little shootoutish.
I mean, I'm all for that because, last game of the season, I don't really want to watch a rock fight.
No, I don't even care.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it on. Sixers play Sunday. Like if the Sixers played, I'd probably put them on Saturday game.
I don't think there's anything on Sunday.
There's not. But I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not Greg. I'm not gonna be like NCIS on. But like, I'm gonna watch the game. I just have no I'll have betting interest for sure, right? You know what I mean? That's what gets me. I'll get the juices going. But I don't have a rooting interest. Like most years, I'll have a rooting interest. Most years, I'll be like, man, I hate that team, right? Like you'll have that team, like you just nope, can't be them.
Yeah.
This year, I'm like, can it not be either one?
Can they tie?
Did you see the poster? Did you see the poster that they made last year for like the San Francisco Super Bowl, and the two guys right in the front, close?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And Darnold.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a great matchup to watch. Gonzalez on JSN. Yep. I don't get into who the NFL wants to win, Habib. If the NFL wanted teams to win, the Chiefs would have beat us last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
if the NFL really wanted it their way.
And the answer is never Philly. No one wants Philly.
No, that just tells you everything you need to know. We won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like if that was the case, we would never win one. They would give one to the Browns.
We'd be the Jets. Yeah, we'd be the Jets.
That's crazy. Yeah. Look, man, I don't ever root for the NFC teams when obviously other than the Eagles, but I can't see the Patriots win a goddamn Super Bowl, dude. They don't deserve it. They don't. This close to the Brady era, man, they don't deserve it. Get out of here. I think Seattle rolls them.
I didn't hate the Brady era, though.
I don't know. I don't think Sam Darnold rolls. I just don't think Sam Darnold rolls. Sam Darnold will Sam Darnold. Like he has to Sam Darnold.
I get it. I think that
the statements like that I've been hearing I hope he does good and I hope he wins.
Listen, I'm not even mad at him for winning. I'm just talking about a track record of turning the football over. That's all I'm saying. I'm not rooting for it. I told you guys when I said it first. Like he's probably going to prove me wrong, but I can't bet on him. With knowing he likes to throw 2 or 3 picks sometimes, and in games like this, you can't have that happen.
Yeah,
but he's been awesome this year. That's what I told you guys. I said he's been awesome this year.
Right? He's been really good, and Seattle. Yeah. All right, Seattle's defense. Seattle's defense is going to force turnovers. They're going to force a couple turnovers.
But the Patriots defense is underrated. They're better than people think they are. They got the layers. They got good layers. They got Milton Williams, a damn good player. We know this. All right. We just talked about Gonzalez, a damn good player. They got playmakers on their defense. And I don't want to hear schedules. You play who's on your schedule. So I don't want to hear schedules. So it's not fair to anybody, any team. Doesn't matter. You play who's there, you got to win football games. They did. So that coach is there. They got to a Super Bowl. Whoever they played, doesn't matter. they're in the Super Bowl. They're one of the last 2 teams standing. Doesn't mean they can't get their ass kicked with a second-year quarterback. It's really what quarterback, you know how these go. What quarterback can handle the lights? Which one's going to handle the lights better? But one organization that's used to being there, players not so much, but organizationally they're used to being there. And you got another organization that, I mean, you can say it's used to being there to a point, but it's all new guy, right? It's
all for on both sides, really. Like that, you might have a couple guys here or there that have won, but for the most part, like the coaching staff hasn't been here on either side. You know, the quarterbacks haven't been there. The majority of the players haven't been there.
You got a coach that's been there as a player, which matters. On preparation, right? Because these weeks are this is all about how you prepare leading up to the game. So I think any insight from anybody who's played in it can help a player prepare for it, right? And I think having your head coach being that guy who won Super Bowls with that organization, maybe it can help. Maybe it doesn't help at all. You know what I mean? Maybe it doesn't help at all because these games are just like flip a coin for the most part. You know, who's going to come out and shit their pants? And who's going to come out and, you know, play well?
Yeah. I just wish it was literally to any other teams because I don't give a 2 shits what happens in this game, really. I couldn't care less. I wish it was something. I wish it was Rams, Broncos.
Yeah.
But like with what's his name? The quarterback who wasn't hurt. Yeah, his name. Like that would be such a more fun game.
Yeah.
With Bo. It'd be such more of a fun game. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. Because at least I have a rooting interest in a way.
Yeah.
Because
I'd be rooting against the Rams. I'd be somewhat rooting for the Broncos.
Yeah, I'd be somewhat rooting for the Broncos, even though Peyton's a jackass. And then I think, I mean, really, I was all built up. I was all Bills.
Oh, I wanted the Bills to win too. Yeah.
Right. I was like, you know, that fan base deserves it. Yeah, maybe Eddie. I just think, listen, I just think New England's better than people think they are. They're overlooking schedule, and not looking at like, okay, damn, this is a damn good young football team with a damn good head coach that's going to be ready to play football on Sunday. Now, in the Super Bowl, anything can happen, but I don't know. I wouldn't bet on them getting rolled with Darnold. I can't just bet Darnold rolling. Like Drake May takes care of football pretty well for a second-year quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm putting those factors in. You know, the New England runs the ball well, but Seattle stops the run well, right? So what holds up there? Okay, good run offense versus damn good run defense. Seattle likes to run the football. Right? Can New England stop the run? It's going to be a fun game, even though I don't give a shit. It still has some things. All right. You got anything else, Rye?
No, I'm rooting for numbers 6 and 3 and 9 and 2. That's what I'm rooting for this weekend.
Yeah.
That's about it. I'd like to see the Phils do something.
Yeah.
Let's see the Phils do something. That'd be cool.
Miller in May, babe.
Hey, talk me into it. I saw that from Carabell on ESPN. I saw that, so that'd be cool.
How about that?
Yeah. Phils are frustrating. I'd like to see them sign another starter. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a Zach Gallen. Like if you brought back like Walker Buehler to be a back end rotation like potential bullpen piece, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
Or you could do that with like Scherzer or Verlander too, but I think Walker Buehler would probably be a better choice there. At least somebody who'd be more willing to do that as opposed to those two guys who probably want to start more. Mainly just with the question of like when Wheeler's going to be back. So, and the fact that we don't have a fucking cleat-up hitter. So
as we get closer, I get excited about Painter. I get excited about Crawford. I would love Brady and Miller just come in and hit the shit out of the ball all spring and tie their hands.
Yes. Please do it.
I mean, you never know, right? So there's something to root for in spring training that he just has a monster fucking spring.
He just goes nuts.
Yeah, you know, like 8 homers.
That's 380.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe DiMaggio. Yeah, he's DiMaggio.
Yeah.
Wicked. So that's what you got to root
10
for.
bags. Yeah.
yeah.
Look, dude, he stole 50 bags last year.
25 games in spring training.
Yeah, seriously, just let him run. Let him do whatever he wants.
Dude, he's a great player. I mean, I've been on the
third
kick for a while. He wasn't untradeable for me because nobody is, but for the right player. That being said, when you hold on to a guy, I get excited now that you held on to him because I believed in the pick, which they've done a good job with. You think we're going to find out? We're going to find out if they did a good job because 2 of those jobs are coming up now. Crawford's hit everywhere, so I am not worried about Justin Crawford hitting. I'm just not. I mean, there's pedigree there. I'll bet on those types of things. Could easily be wrong. I'm not going to get tied up by his rookie year either because we've seen Don Brown have 45 great games. So I'm not going to get tied up by how it starts either. Painter, I'm going to get a little bit more tied up as it starts because pitchers can usually come in and be a little bit more dominant early on. So I'm excited. I saw him live at 17 years old, and I get to see him hopefully live again at Citizens Bank. So that's pretty cool.
Good question, Dynasty.
He ends up pitching for your favorite team down the road.
Yeah, very nice. Cool. Very nice to see. Good question, Dynasty. They haven't done anything with Castellanos yet.
No.
Pitchers and catchers report next week. Honestly, don't cut him. Just keep him. Keep him as a bench piece. Play him out there a little bit. That'd be a platoon. Like, you're looking for somebody that's got a little bit of pop, can play all right. Like, he can't be as bad as he was last year, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't hate it if they keep him. You play Adolis every day, or you play you platoon him and Marsh. Let Crawford play out in center. Like, I wouldn't hate that.
Like, even if he could play first base, I'm interested in that. I'm interested in maybe put Schwarber. There's a lot of things you can do. I mean, I'm not against another right-handed bat. I mean, it's a little status quo, but hopefully it's a guy on a contract year. Maybe get the most out of him in those situations. What do you got to lose at this point? You know what I mean? That's where I'm.
Yeah, like there's no market for him. Like, everybody knows that you're not gonna trade him. It's like you're either gonna cut him or you're gonna keep him. And do you really just want to eat $20 million? 25, whatever it is. Like, why? Just keep him. I know you had a shitty fallout last year, I guess, and your GM is like, oh yeah, he's not going to be here. I'm like, well, why?
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Does the same shit he did last year? Okay. So what? Because you know he's going to go somewhere and end up playing us and just kill us for a series or something. It should be. I'm going to lose my mind. But,
Yeah. I mean.
Whatever.
All right. Well, great show. We'll talk about Phil's coming up. It'll be fun, hopefully.
Hopefully.
88 wins coming soon. But we'll talk about it. Everybody out there, we love you. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't, no matter what platform you're watching us on, hit the like, subscribe, follow, stay with us. And it's getting late. Any podcast platform, we're everywhere. So make sure you go subscribe over there. You can download over there and catch us anytime after on replay. So you can't miss us. All right, we love you, appreciate you. Go Sixers, hot as a pistol. So let's hope that continues. Flyers been playing a little bit better as of late. We'll see if anything else happens at the deadline. And Eagles are in a weird spot, a little bit of a little turnover going on. So we'll see what happens. But that's where we're at. We're out.